Hey everyone, Corey from Aquarium Co-op. Today, I gotta clean like a lot and prep a lot, and I'm running out of time, so I've just gotta hammer down and do it. Today is, at this point, it's basically a Tuesday, and it's already like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and on Monday, so 6 days from now, giant tank's gonna land here. What does that mean to me? That means everything in this room basically needs to get done and get out of here. So that means stuff coming down off the wall. That means stuff moving, more stuff moving. That means finding a home for the turtles, which either A, are gonna go back there that has to be cleaned out where the fridge is. I gotta move Goldfish around. Got a little pearl scale right there. But yeah, I've got Goldfish, and they've got to go somewhere. I got to roll this 500-gallon tote of water out, and in general, get to doing some brain thinking and prepping, because I want to move the 800-gallon tank out here. I want to move my wife's tank out in here, and then I think that's all that has to move out here in a couple of days. But I'm setting the camera down and I'm getting to it. Well, I'm an hour into it. It's now 2 o'clock. I've got, at least 100 gallons out of here so far. We've got, basically 250 gallons out of this one, and almost broken down. We've got the goldfish out of it. Now I'm working on draining water and stuff out of the totes for the goldfish, for the turtles. And you can see here's the, the water line. So where did I put all these goldfish? Most of them stayed inside. And as you can see, we go around the corner here, and I put a bunch into here. I'll be amping up water changes to hold them temporarily. So this is a 135-gallon tank, high fish load in here for sure, and then the rest kind of went in here. This one's having a swim bladder issue, which it's always had that, but otherwise I think they'll do okay. I'm amping up the water changes. I got to put those 500 gallons of water through here anyway, so I think that'll help. And it's only temporary. Most of these are going to go to my store for sale. And just getting ready. And I put a few outside in the totes out there as well. So now it comes to heavy lifting and moving once I get the water out of the turtle totes. And then loading up the van with recycling. I've got lots of cardboard from projects. That's kind of what that pile is. I've got cardboard here from when I built the studio. There's more cardboard there. So lots of recycling is going to go on. And once I can get this at least out of the way, which it's getting harder and harder, by the way. I keep going, oh yeah, I gotta do that too, because I've got this, which I've got timers, and I've got the thing that's pumping my water and stuff like that. So I've got to utilize all this before I can start breaking down. I can unscrew this power bar, then I can take these off, then I can take this off, then that allows me to start cutting out the drain lines here. So I can start cutting that out, and then once that's out of the way, water's out, we can start working on this fiasco here, which there's some garbage, but it's mostly totes and stuff like that, so it shouldn't be too bad to break stuff down back here. And I've got some tanks and stuff like that on this side, and I'm hoping we just get that. I slide it right back in. I've got power outlets, and we've got power outlets up top here, so it shouldn't be too bad once I get everything out of the way. Mostly it's the narrow aisleway I've made right here, which if you guys remember that video a long time ago, I knew I was going to deal with it. And this fridge and freezer needs to go. By the way, have you guys got your magnet yet? This thing's awesome. But anyway, this has got to go over in the other room. Well, it doesn't have to, but I think it's going to fit best over in this room in here. And we're going to put it, I suppose I could put it right here, maybe, but I'll measure that. It doesn't make sense to be right next to the heater, but I'm thinking it might go right here, but then I'm going to block my stereo, so who knows yet. But it definitely, well, I won't say definitely, I don't think it's staying in that room. That's what I do know. Man, I got to get a haircut, but my guy's been out of town. I've got an appointment for tomorrow, but it's getting out of control. But anyway, back to work for me. That's 1 hour down. So I remember something cool. My wife told me this morning that today, right now, we've been in this house for 2 years, and it's crazy to think how much has gone on in 2 years. This YouTube channel blew up, like I've changed what I've been doing here, I've been building, and now I'm starting to think like, good, am I ever gonna stop building? Because I've been building for 2 years, and I'm building more, right? We're doing that today. So Maybe I'll just always be a builder of building stuff. I don't know. I'm hoping one day I'll just go, oh, I like where it's at, but I do love tinkering. So kind of cool that, you know, today's the 2 year we've been in our house, and it doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's been way less, but you know, I guess that's how it goes, right? Anyway, in the studio, gotta get back to it. Well, it's been another hour. It's a little after 3 at this point. I've got most of the water drained out of this tote. Got the turtle. Got to pull out some of this stuff. Hopefully it'll slide. I got to drain some more water out of here. And got to disconnect it from the drain. Got this tote up and out of the way. And that's, you know, tote number 5, I think, out in the tote zone, I guess. That's that one way over there at the end. Numeral 5. So now it's more breaking down, and once I get that out of the way, it's gonna get a lot easier. Ooh, I wonder, does this fridge? Ooh, technically I could cut this pipe down, get the fridge moved, and then all I gotta do is slide that backwards. So I might work on that, cut that down. Although I'm not sure if I want to cut it down yet, but I'll get to it. We'll figure it out. That's all I can do is work on it. Well, it's 4:30. I'm beat. Still working though. I got a lot to do. As you can see, there's lots of stuff, but I'm standing right where the turtle coat was, and we're filling it back up with water. I replaced heat lamps and UVB bulb. And now we're just waiting for it to fill. I can start pumping water again. And yeah, so now I've got all this stuff. Got to get rid of it, slash sort it, slash whatever. I've kind of been sorting it into like has to go, needs to recycle. Some of that needs to go. That box needs to be broken down. There's Metaframe tanks. It's a 40 breeder with a slate bottom. There's stuff out of the fridge that needs to go. Let's do MTV Styles Cribs, what's in your fridge? So now I got, you know, fridge in the fish room, you know. So we've got lots of Mountain Dew, lots of water, and I've got some coffee crisps from Canada, some Reese's, and some cheese and some dip, you know. All essential, oh, and don't forget meds. I've got meds for fish. All essential parts of building a fish room, you know, couldn't do without it. But now I displaced more stuff, right? Because this went here, and so now I got to figure out where this dehumidifier I bought at an auction is going to go. Got bags of sand, you know. It's. I swear it's getting worse, you know, and that's how it goes, right? When you're moving stuff around, it's clearly just getting worse. Like this looks worse, you know, but that looks a little better. You know, a couple of big things out of the way. Still got a 500-gallon tote. Still got a bunch of this stuff to get working on, but that's what I'm going to do right now is keep working on that and start loading up the back of my van. Almost died there. And see where we can get to today. So, still working. This is the non-glamorous part of a fish room, fish store owner, getting an 800-gallon tank. Like, this is the non-fun part. So, yep, still got to sweep and vacuum, and that's hours away. That's the scary part. So, back to work. Well, at this point it's like 6:20, and as always, nature is doing something crazy to me. Always. There's a bird in the fish room. I don't know what type of bird it is, but now I get to spend my time getting it out because I'm sure it's not good for it to be in here. Let's see if I can zoom in on this thing. Obviously it doesn't want to be in, but there it is. Little cheap bird. Scared out of its mind, I'm sure. And so now I'm going to open up doors and get my sister-in-law and see if we can't, you know, gently shoo this thing towards the real door. Because he doesn't know where, he or she doesn't know where to go. And yeah, so I swear I was making progress. I was. Like, but now I know it's going to be like a 30-minute thing, getting this bird out of here. And, you know, I don't know if that bird's got to find where it's going to sleep for the night and that kind of stuff. Like, I got to get on it, so I'm putting the camera down.